All right, welcome back. So I'm trying to do a little bit. I have been struggling the last couple of days. This weekend, I think I overdid it. Out here, kind of looking down and stuff is aggravated some things, and like starting Sunday night, I have just been in like insane pain since. I almost went to the ER Monday, but I held off, took some muscle relaxers, and that seemed to kind of to help, but it's just being persistent this time. And here it is Wednesday, and I was actually a little better yesterday, and then today, like the muscle relaxers don't seem like it's been as effective, but I'm trying to do something to keep moving. I just can't sit there. It just hurting too bad. So I figured come out here and try to keep moving or something. But I 3D printed this Cortex holder. Marked where I wanted it and got it centered on the tray. And this thing is so stiff. Like I really had to press this thing in here after I printed it. So to get it out, I just took my heat gun, heated it a little bit, and this stuff gets pretty pliable when you put heat to it, and it pulled it out. But to get it back in, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'll heat a little bit, and it's gotten better. I actually sanded a little bit, which I could probably just push it in, but I don't want to, because once it's in there, it's really hard to get out, and then not being able to get something under it to push it out will make it impossible. So knowing what I just said, I probably should put a little hole in here so I can push from the bottom, or at least mark it. That way if I need to, yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll put a little hole in here, drill a little hole, and that way I know exactly if I ever need to come back and put a little hole, I know where to do it. There we go. All right, so, but I am going to put some, what should I put? Probably just do a little bit of shoe goop. No, that'd make it really, no, I'll do some shoe goop. And then just drop it in there and press it in, and that'll hold it. Because this thing, man, without anything, once it's pushed all the way down, you can't get it out. But just to be safe, just in case it gets warm in there and it becomes pliable enough to maybe come loose. But anyway, so that's what I'm doing now, putting the gyro in, and I'm at the point where everything is ready to go in here. Got my battery harness for my lights and slime lights in. All that's plugged up. The harness for the slime lights is plugged up. The only thing I need to do is verify my two-way valve, make sure I plug in the right valves to the sequencer, and then I can just put the board in, run the wires up through, and start plugging them in. I'm also going to make, I think I've got to pull the throttle lead through up here. It's kind of wide off inside there. I got to use my little rod that I use with a hook on it to pull the wire through. And then I need to get these ran as well. These are the telemetry adapters for the motors. So I'm kind of getting there. And it's just being slow this week. I really can't get much done because of this neck issue, but I'm trying. And then once I get all this put in, the board in, and the final few things hooked up, then it's just kind of like, hey, I need to do a quick CG check and then kind of know where to put my batteries, and then it's just final hookup. And so there shouldn't be any reason why I can't knock that out and have it ready to go for this weekend, because I really want to get this thing off the table and start on my next project. I was going to get a Jetmonts 250 for the big Viper. I would like to get this done and take it with me to Mississippi, because it's a great plate. I mean, that freaking airport is fantastic. It's just huge. And it's a great place to get a big, get a jet flown, get it, test flown and everything. So the problem is the motor I was going to get, they're apparently having issues with their supplier, and it's going to be 3 months before I could get a 250. So I've been kind of pondering around. I don't want to do the KT thing, but I might find one, see if I can find one used or new that somebody's selling, and put a 260 in it. I hate to do that, but when I look at all the motors and the size and the thrust, like, there's nothing that's beating the Jet Months. And that's why I wish we had a bigger motor with Zykoy. And I'm sure he'll eventually get there, so I can always pull whatever I get, pull it and sell it eventually. But as far as waste to thrust to fuel efficiency, you can't beat a Jet Months and Zykoy motors. So the next best thing as far as those particular things, thrust to weight to size, is the KT 260. I think the next thing would be probably a Schwinn, but they're just bigger, heavier, and more fuel. Then the next comparable thing would be the the Jet Cat 250 or whatever they have, like their new Pro one that's supposed to be, it's like really nice motor. They're German. I mean, the Jet Cat are good motors, don't get me wrong, but they are just stupid fuel hungry, and they're still kind of clunky. Granted, this one's a little bit smaller, but just the sheer the price of them here in the U.S. I mean, I can almost buy 2 motors for the price of one Jet Cat. So I'm just not willing to dump almost $5,000 into a motor that I can get for, anywhere from between $3,200 and $3,800. So anyways, if you have a King Tech 260 new in the box, you're willing to part with, let me know, man. Let me know in the comments. It's hard to buy stuff online from people this day and age because of so many people trying to do fraudulent things, but I'm sure there's a way to do it with somebody to make it like completely legit and safe. So if you got some, let me know. Yeah. Anyways, that's where we're at, or where I'm at, and I'm gonna get this mounted real quick and try to get the board, get everything finished and finalized to put the board in. I thought about making a bunch of short little 6-inch leads here that plug in, and then you just got the female end on this side. That way I could just unplug everything and take the board completely out without having to unplug here. But I mean, shit, it would look better, but you still got to unplug stuff, so it isn't going to help with that aspect of it. So I'm just going to run everything up through here, and then if I need to take this back out, I just unplug and everything. So, but you guys have a good one, and I'm going to get back at it. Slow, but I'm doing it. Cheers.